Welcome to the Women Rising 2021 Annual Gala and Awards Celebration. Please welcome the host of this year's program, Gilda Bonanno.
Welcome to the Women's Business Development Council's annual Gala and Awards ceremony, which celebrates entrepreneurial women, our accomplishments, and our economic impact on the state, the country, and our world. I'm Gilda Bonanno, and I'm excited and honored to be your MC. I'm coming to you live from our studio. Today we have an exciting program during which you will hear about WBDC's work to provide women with the training and resources to operate businesses that survive and thrive even during the pandemic. You'll meet some of our fantastic clients who have grown their businesses with help from WBDC, including the Women Rising Award winners and this year's Client with Impact Award recipient. We are pleased to recognize one of our volunteers for outstanding community service and to honor 3 amazing business leaders today with the Impact Award. A big WBDC welcome to each and every one of you who made the time to celebrate with us today. A special welcome to those of you who have come together for satellite gatherings hosted by some of our sponsors. And speaking of special, we would like to thank our host committee for lending your names and for generating support through your outreach. We would also like to acknowledge all our generous sponsors for their support of WBDC and this event. A special sponsor thank you to all of our sponsors, especially our lead sponsors at the following levels. Our title sponsors, AMG, M&T Bank, and Travelers. Our impact sponsors, Connecticut Innovations and MasterCard. Our investor sponsors, Fairfield County Business Journal, Hearst Connecticut Media Group, Webster Bank, and Wells Fargo. And our capital sponsors, Connecticut Public, the DiNardo Aiello Family Fund, FD Rich Company, Gen Re, Henkel, JP Morgan Chase, Linda, and Moffley Media. You can see the complete list of sponsors and host committee members if you click on the tabs on the right side of your screen, as long as you're out of full screen mode. Throughout its 24-year history, WBDC has served clients from nearly all of Connecticut's 169 cities and towns. I'd like to acknowledge the federal, state, and local leaders who are in virtual attendance today for their support of women's entrepreneurship in Connecticut and their recognition of WBDC as the leader in entrepreneurial training. Thank you. We miss seeing you in person, so we'd love to see you on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at CTWBDC. And on LinkedIn, you'll find us at the Women's Business Development Council. We'd love to see your posts and your selfies watching today's virtual gala. Post your photos on your social media channels, tag at CTWBDC, and use the hashtags Women Rising 2021 and WBDC Gala. We're really counting on your support today to reach our goal. There are 2 ways you can do that. One is to purchase tickets for our online raffle by clicking on the raffle tab on the bottom of the screen, as long as you're out of full screen mode. The raffle features items from WBDC clients and other great Connecticut-based businesses and cultural institutions who have generously donated items. The raffle closes at 8 p.m. tonight, and then winners for each item will be selected at random through an automated process. We'll post the winners on the events page of the WBDC website on Sunday and email the winners Monday. And stay tuned for later in the program when I tell you about the second way you can help with a 100% tax-deductible contribution to WBDC directly from your cell phone. So make sure your phones are nearby. Now it is an honor for me to welcome a great friend to WBDC, the Honorable Susan Bysiewicz, Lieutenant Governor of the state of Connecticut.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysiewicz. Thank you so much for having me join you for the WBDC's annual virtual gala. The work that the WBDC, Fran Pastore, and the entire team does every day to promote women entrepreneurs is transformative. When women are prioritized, our families, our communities, and our businesses prosper. That's why I'm so proud to have worked so closely with Fran and the WBDC during the pandemic to create the Equity Match Grant Program to help so many women-owned small businesses succeed during this difficult time. Thank you to the WBDC for all the great work that you do.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to WBDC's annual gala. Thanks so much for being a part of this exciting virtual event. I'm Fran Pastore, CEO of the Women's Business Development Council, and I'm coming to you live from the WBDC studios today. We have more than 600 registered guests today, and nearly 200 of them are gathering in person with watch parties. A special shout out to my colleagues, the brilliant WBDC team of board and staff members joining us today virtually and, believe it or not, internationally from around the country and around the world. I would like to thank all the honorees and Women Rising clients who serve as a constant source of inspiration to me and the WBDC team every single day. I'd also like to recognize the passion and the commitment of the WBDC staff, board, volunteers, and a special thank you to board member and gala chair, Ilana Milianta. You know, yesterday I had a handful of meetings toward the end of the day, and the colleagues I was speaking to were saying, "Why are you so calm? Tomorrow's your gala." And it made me stop and think that without the remarkable team of people around me and the leaders of WBDC, I wouldn't have been so calm. It's those board members, the staff members, the consultants, the volunteers that work with us to do the work that we do every day to help women succeed that gives us the power and the confidence to be calm the day before a gala where we have over 600 registered guests. So thank you all so much. Of course, it's been another very busy year for WBDC. We provide the training necessary to guide aspiring, emerging, and established entrepreneurs throughout their journey. We believe that when desire, education, and preparation come together, opportunities are created, ideas are ignited, and economies expanded. Women-owned businesses now account for over 30% of all businesses in our country. And even though the pandemic has amplified even greater gender biases, inequities, and discriminatory practices, the number of women launching companies over the past year has continued to hit record highs. These businesses, many of which are owned by minorities, will lead our state in its recovery. We provide women with the critical skills and resources to succeed in business. And over the past 12 months, we've seen nearly a 650% increase in the number of women coming to us seeking help. This is due in large part to women facing increased challenges when attempting to access capital, engage in new markets, and expand their networks. WBDC continues to create groundbreaking opportunities for women to counter these barriers. The phenomenal WBDC team has assisted these women in securing over $10 million in relief funds this past year, including nearly $2 million in grants to over 100 childcare businesses throughout Connecticut. You know, at the start of this pandemic, more than 70% of childcare providers were forced to close their doors in our state, leaving many families and single head of household and frontline workers with no support system. These marginalized populations and vulnerable businesses were already on the fringes of day-to-day survival. I am so proud of WBDC and our role in the critical and transformational state policy initiatives led by Commissioner Beth Bai and her team in the Office of Early Childhood. As we watch Washington, D.C. battle this infrastructure bill, it is an honor to live in a state where we are leading by example. As we've learned from this pandemic, affordable and reliable childcare is not just a woman's issue, and it doesn't just help people with kids. It helps communities and local economies thrive by creating opportunities for a more stable and globally competitive workforce. Supporting working parents helps to lift local, national, and global economies, and everyone wins. WBDC's role as a reliable and trustworthy state partner doesn't stop there. With the support and guidance and indefatigable energy of the Lieutenant Governor, Susan Bysowitz, combined with WBDC's longstanding partnership with the Department of Community and Economic Development and Commissioner David Lehman, and more than 40 corporations, WBDC awarded nearly $1 million in pivotal grants to women-owned businesses in Connecticut. And there are more grants to come. This program, the Equity Match Grant Program, is an example of public-private partnerships at work and illustrates how WBDC gets things done. From childcare professionals to doctors, bakers to machinists, of all demographics and in each corner of Connecticut, WBDC is providing women with capital and business acumen so they can pivot their business operations and participate in the economic revitalization of a post-pandemic Connecticut. Now, being poised to create such opportunities during the COVID crisis is the result of over 2 decades worth of service to our clients and our communities. WBDC's commitment is unwavering and has demanded that our organization increase its infrastructure by 60%. In the last 12 months, and you might have seen this on trivia, we've hired 8 new employees. To sustain this high degree of effort, WBDC is leveraging all available resources, and we thank each and every one of you with us today for your role in our collective journey of success. As we prepare to enter our 25th year of service in Connecticut in 2022, I am reminded of those early mornings and late evenings sitting around the kitchen table where so many small businesses are launched with my personal tribe of girlfriends and a few guy friends too, working on a marketing plan, a business plan, financial projections to figure out how we would create this business of helping women succeed in their business. Fast forward nearly 24 years later, as we get ready to celebrate our 25th anniversary next year, our theme for the 25th year is actually CREATE, which you just saw announced in the video, which is an acronym comprised of words that we believe define women entrepreneurs. So we asked a few influential people to share their heartfelt thoughts about the importance of these words as they pertain to women's economic equality and how we in the WBDC community can embrace these guiding words for a brighter 2022. You'll see those videos and cameo appearances sprinkled throughout today's program. I'd be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to remind everyone that municipal elections are taking place next Tuesday, November 2nd. We are blessed to live in a democracy, but we are also living in challenging times. For vulnerable populations, and women especially, please show up on Tuesday and vote in your city or town. Make your voice heard, regardless of policy or politics. Let's break records for voter turnout right here in Connecticut, and let's be an example for the rest of our country. Our democracy depends on it. With that, I would also like to thank Governor Lamont and the entire Connecticut legislature for taking expeditious, bold action to respond to the health and economic crises our state has endured. And thank you to each of you for being with us today. Throughout the program, we are going to request your support so that we can continue to invest together in women entrepreneurs and ensure that they remain an integral part of the great Connecticut comeback. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the program.
Hi, I'm Richard Blumenthal, your United States Senator. Very proud and excited to join you tonight and to talk about the courage and tenacity, the empathy and equity, and the resilience and alliance that I've seen in women-owned businesses over these last months. I've been privileged to visit many of them. I've watched the perseverance, the toughness and compassion and caring that they have shown for their employees and their customers to power through some of the most challenging times for any business. And so tonight, I want to thank and pay tribute to them, as well as this great organization that does so much to empower and ennoble women-owned businesses. Thank you.
Welcome. My name is Ilana Milianta, and I'm so pleased to serve as WBDC's 2021 Gala and Development Chairwoman. First and foremost, I want to thank you all, our sponsors, guests, board members, volunteers, and my co-chairs, Vanessa Abrams-John, Alif Afan, Sandra Arkell, Denise Kaufman, Flavia Nazlowski, Jacqueline Ryan, and Rebecca Wilson. I first learned about this organization from two extremely bright, mature, kind young women, Fran Pastori's daughters. They told me about their amazing mom and her organization that provides resources and tools to help women-owned small businesses thrive through education, one-on-one coaching, and funding. Wow, wow, wow. This is an organization close to my heart because that too is my passion, to provide the resources and tools to build financial literacy and create financial independence. WBDC and I were a match made in heaven. WBDC has done so much for these business owners, especially in the pandemic. When COVID-19 swept through our country, WBDC was on the front line. We all know the impact that the pandemic has had on small businesses, let alone on women because of childcare and other family obligations. WBDC stepped up, modified their offerings for the new virtual environment, and saw a 650% increase in its annual client volume. WBDC is providing vital services to business owners and has been a critical resource to the state of Connecticut as it embarks in the process of fully reopening. I am so proud to be part of WBDC, and I encourage you all to get involved. Thank you again for your support.
Thank you so much, Ilana. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our Women Rising awardees. They are the WBDC clients who inspire us every day and demonstrate success in their business and the tenacity to pursue their goals. We are so thrilled to be recognizing 15 Women Rising awardees this year, and we will be showcasing them in a short video. You will see them also featured in the media throughout the year, and we are so pleased to have the opportunity to recognize them. You can read more about them in the printed program, which is also being housed on our event page today. And you will also see a video which features this year's Client with Impact, Yvonne Oxley. Yvonne is the owner of Comfort Zone, an all-natural maker of soaps, shea butters, and other body products based in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I am so proud of what Yvonne has achieved. You know, at the start of this pandemic, her sales dropped substantially, fell off a cliff because most of her business came from trade shows that were no longer, and they were all canceled. When she then implemented the strategies that she learned from WBDC's business advisors, by July, her sales increased by nearly 189%. I am personally one of her biggest customers. My entire family is addicted to her products. So I look forward to your learning about Yvonne's business success, as well as all of our Women Rising awardees. Let's take a look.
to be resilient? Well, the most important to be resilient is the lesson number one in life. The most important relationship in life is the one you have with yourself. Once you have that, any other relationship is a plus and not a must. To have that strength within yourself is what will give you the possibility to do anything.
Good afternoon. My name is Monica Nation. I'm the Regional Director of Banking for JP Morgan Chase in Connecticut. Have you ever had your mother, grandmother, or a friend tell you to walk a mile in another person's shoes? The advice encourages us to consider someone else's experience before you judge them, to think about their feelings, their intentions, their perspective, simply to have empathy. For our friends, for our families, for strangers we come across each and every day. In building your businesses, your vision and passion, you thought about your community, the places where you do business, and the customers you are trying to reach. And to do that, you use what I consider to be the superpower, empathy. We all start somewhere, some of us further ahead and some of us further behind than others. But we all work together to the same goal: success, growth, fulfillment of our dreams. As we close out 2021 and so much uncertainty and challenges, let us all use our superpower of empathy to listen, learn, and lean in to support each other. Thank you.
Comfort Zone is a home-based business. I've been in business now 11 years. My son developed eczema. I started researching what's the best thing to help with this eczema. Come to find out that the things that I'm using now, day to day, is actually drying out his skin. So I looked it up and found some people who recommended natural soap. So I was buying it online from a company, and I saw the improvement in his skin. I think on my third purchase from this company, I'm like, how hard is it to make soap? Yeah, it's hard. But in researching it, that's when I realized that I could do this. And I tested out recipes for a good 6 months, and I started my first bar. The minute I get downstairs, the air conditioner's on and the music. It's therapeutic. It started with soap, it evolved. We've got body butter, we've got lotion sticks, I've got sugar scrubs, and then bath bombs. There's so many chemicals in commercial soap that you don't need. So it's like to have something that you made, you put your heart and soul into, and someone just loves it and it loves the benefit of it. It's a good feeling. I was introduced to WBDC from 2 coworkers, and their suggestion that I think you should take their class. From that suggestion is when I reached out and took their GPS class. Taking the GPS class, that was enlightening. Product, business plan, being able to talk about comfort zone in like 30 seconds. If you're trying to get a loan, how do you sell? Who's your target market? The things that you learn in there, it will take your business to the next level, definitely. To see women being in charge of their own business, and just to know that you can do this too. You can own a business, you can be the CEO. It's such a good feeling. That constant contact with the organization just will continue to help Comfort Zone. I see it as a lifelong relationship.
Congratulations to our Women Rising clients and to Yvonne Oxley. We hope her story gave you a clear snapshot of how WBDC invests in and supports our small business owners throughout the state. Now it's time to ask for your help in supporting WBDC, particularly in this challenging year. Please take out your cell phones. Now create a new text to 41444 and type RISING, space, your donation amount, space, and your name. You're going to see the directions appearing on your screen here. You will immediately receive a link for payment. No amount is too small, and we appreciate all of your support. Last year, we raised just under $340,000. This year, our goal is $400,000, and we are almost there, but we need all of your help to meet and even exceed our goal. Last year, we secured a donor who partially matched what we raised. This year, we don't have that matching donor, so your donations are even more important. To give you an idea of how your gifts will be used, donations of $10,000, $5,000, and $2,500 will provide cash grants for client businesses. $1,500 and $1,000 will provide 10-week business plan courses. $500 will provide technology to a woman-owned business. $250 will provide one-to-one business counseling to a client. And $100 will support a new client with a business health assessment. As Fran said, we have seen a nearly 650% increase in the number of women who receive WBDC services, and the need for WBDC's resources and services continues to grow. Remember, your donation is 100% tax deductible, and a gift of any amount is welcome. I see the donations appearing on the screen. Thank you to Naomi Hampton, that's great. And thank you, Lisa Samuel, wonderful. Please keep those donations coming. Small businesses represent 20% of all the jobs in our state. Join WBDC in ensuring that these Main Street businesses that we know and love across Connecticut will survive and thrive. Thank you to Wendy Mack and to Anna, Zach, wow, terrific. We so appreciate your support. Thank you for participating today, and again, every donation has an impact. You can continue to donate throughout today's event by texting in your pledge. Now we'd like to move into a special part of the program where we honor and hear from some of the people who are making a real difference in our community. We'd like to present the Patricia Billy Miller Award for Outstanding Community Service and 3 WBDC Impact Awards. It is now my pleasure to introduce a longtime supporter of WBDC and women's economic equity across the state. Here to present the Patricia Billy Miller Award for Outstanding Community Service is the Honorable Patricia Miller, State Senator and Deputy President Pro Tem.
Hello, everyone. I am State Senator Pat Billy Miller, and I am privileged to be here today to present an award that means so much to me. Although WBDC is holding their annual gala virtually, it does not take away from the importance of honoring this year's recipient. Organizations like WBDC will not be able to provide the necessary services or operate without volunteers who offer their time, talent, and dedication. Volunteers at WBDC use their expertise to work directly with clients to help them succeed in business, while at the same time empowering and encouraging them to pursue their dreams. I support WBDC because it is committed to serving the needs of women entrepreneurs throughout the state, helping them to establish and grow their businesses. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of WBDC and its many volunteers, so many women-owned businesses were able to survive and even thrive during these unprecedented times. And these businesses have made a substantial economic contribution to their community and to our state. One of those many dedicated volunteers is Lisa Michelizzi. It is my honor to present Lisa with the Patricia Billy Miller Award for Outstanding Community Service. Lisa is receiving this award for her many years of service to WBDC and its clients, recognizing her enthusiastic commitment to WBDC's work and her countless hours as a volunteer instructor and advisor. Congratulations, Lisa, and thank you for all that you do to make this world a better place.
I want to thank Senator Pat Miller and WBDC for the Award on Outstanding Community Service. I'm so thrilled and excited to receive this award. I've been volunteering with WBDC for the past 10 years as a financial coach. As a mom of a soon-to-be teenager, it's important to teach my son the value of a dollar and to begin the process of setting up good financial habits early on around money and planning for the future. I've been working in banking for the past 40 years. Currently, I work at Wells Fargo Bank as a regional services consultant. So where did it all begin? My first job in high school was, you guessed it, working for a bank. My mom brought home an application, and so began my career in banking. I've held many positions in my decades of banking, and it has taught me valuable lessons on finances, specifically around helping clients. I'm most passionate about working with clients to help them achieve their financial goals. I've met so many fascinating people over the years, including students who want to establish their own business, individuals searching for career change, artists, writers, psychologists, daycare owners, interior designers, producers, yoga instructors, and startup business owners, just to name a few. One piece of advice I would give anyone who is not comfortable working on a budget or where to begin is don't be afraid or ashamed to ask for help. One of my greatest lessons was working with a financial advisor early on in my career who really took the time to educate and inspire and listen so that I could make informed decisions. I would also like to thank my employer, Wells Fargo Bank, which provides me the encouragement and opportunity to learn and grow and enables me to volunteer outside of my busy work schedule to help clients. Thank you.
Hello, WBDC. I'm Indra Nui. To me, alliance means sisterhood. It means coming together to build an ecosystem in which women support each other through every challenge and every success. It means joining forces in such a powerful way that together we can achieve anything.
Hello, my name is Natalie Madeira Cofield, Assistant Administrator at the U.S. Small Business Administration. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Biden-Harris administration and the 27th Administrator of the U.S. Small Business Administration, Isabella Guzman, and our entire SBA team across the country. Tenacity is essentially the quality or fact of continuing to exist or persist. And we know that in order to be a part of progress, you have to remain in the game. I want to thank all of the women and all of the leaders throughout the entire community of Connecticut who have made what is possible for today, the celebration that is possible, not just in the gathering, but also in the impact and the work that has been done. I know that this year's theme is also looking at other words like create, courage, resilience, empathy, alliance, tenacity, and equity. And I want to let you know that the Biden-Harris administration is committed to ensuring its administration and our leadership at the SBA and our national team are doing just those very things, that we are living out and embodying all of those same words. So please know at the SBA, the entire team shares in how you all are defining the way in which you want to create or build back better, as we say. And congratulations again, women entrepreneurs.
This Impact Award is presented to Tara Spain, Vice President, Travelers Foundation, for her achievements in fostering a culture of diversity, inclusion, and social change within Travelers and beyond. Tara is fully engaged with the community she works with and has a long-standing personal commitment to WBDC and women's economic equity. It is indeed an honor to present this award to my former colleague, sister in the struggle, and dear friend, Tara Spain. A little more than 20 years ago, I met a dynamic and stylish, I might add, young woman who had a big presence in the room, in spite of being early in her career. From that first meeting, it was clear that her passion was around ensuring opportunity for others, and she would do all that was in her power to make it so. She was and is the kind of person who clearly understood the opportunities that had been presented to her and would not ever forget the importance of reaching back to make a way for others. She is a colleague who I could count on, and in particular, one I could depend on to always amplify the voices of those who may not be at the table. She has had a significant impact on the nonprofit and small business communities in Connecticut and beyond for many, many years, and I am confident that she will continue to do so. I cannot think of anyone more deserving to receive an award aptly named Impact Award. Tara, for all that you have done and will do, from all of the women and men and children who you have directly inspired, and those who have never met you, I thank you for your unparalleled commitment, dedication, and compassion. Congratulations, my friend, and may you continue to do exactly what needs to be done.
First, I'd like to thank Joelle, my longtime friend, for that wonderful introduction. I'd also like to say thank you to WBDC for recognizing me as an Impact honoree. And finally, I want to say congrats to the other award recipients. Keitha and Michael, congratulations. I feel really honored and blessed to be in such great company. When I first learned about the award, I was both humbled and astonished. And while I happily accept this award, I feel I must share this recognition with my friends and colleagues at Travelers, where I've had the pleasure of working for the past 16 years. Travelers remains committed to supporting entrepreneurs, and in particular, women, veterans, and entrepreneurs of color through our philanthropic work. The decision to establish a relationship with WBDC was easy because their mission to support economic prosperity for women aligns well with the values of Travelers and my own personal values. I first learned about WBDC a few years ago when Fran first walked into my office to discuss how WBDC and Travelers could partner. I was immediately struck by Fran's passion for supporting women and her radical candor about how women have been historically impacted by negative policies, lack of access, and quite frankly, discrimination. We went on to discuss how she and WBDC are committed to making sure that women of all backgrounds have the tools they need to be successful. Not only does WBDC provide resources, training, and financial support for women, but they also give women voice through their ongoing advocacy efforts. Each year at Women-Owned Business Day at the state capitol, WBDC shines a light on so many issues that continue to negatively impact women. Issues like access to capital, job creation, pay equity, childcare, and so on. I've attended several of these events throughout the years, and I can tell you that being in a room full of business owners, national and state leaders, and policymakers, all with the collective agenda to champion women, is nothing short of inspiring and empowering. And while I'm not an entrepreneur myself, I'm still waiting for my big idea. I am a woman, a Black woman, and I am unapologetically passionate about the advancement of women and women of color. Throughout the past year and a half, we have seen how the pandemic and recent tragic events have adversely impacted women and women of color. That's why I'm so proud that last year, during the height of the pandemic, Travelers joined forces with WBDC to help launch the Equity Match Fund to bring equal and equitable resources to women throughout our state. The work of elevating, uplifting, supporting, and advocating for women is not just the work of organizations like WBDC. It's a collective effort. When I think about young, budding entrepreneurs like my daughter, who's 9 years old and is already thinking about how to launch her own business, I know that this work must continue. So let this be a call to action for all of us to continue supporting and advocating for women by supporting organizations like WBDC so they can continue driving economic prosperity for women. I know I remain committed to this work, and I know all of you are too, which is why you're here today. So with that, I'll end by saying thank you again to WBDC for this honor. Enjoy the rest of the program.
The next Impact Award is presented to Keitha Kinney, Managing Director and Chief Operating Officer of AMG Funds. Keitha is a humble trailblazer for diversity and inclusion and has a long-standing commitment to women's economic equality. She is a role model to many women trying to succeed, including myself. I'm inspired by how she remains true to herself while also asking the tough questions and providing thoughtful leadership in the investment management industry. When it comes to WBDC and helping women entrepreneurs, her answer is always yes. Keitha has mentored Yvonne Oxley, recipient of the WBDC Client with Impact Award, as she developed her hobby into a successful business. Thank you, Keitha, for all that you do, and I'm so pleased that WBDC is recognizing you with this honor.
Thank you, Shoshana, for that nice introduction. I'm an enthusiastic supporter of WBDC, and I'm honored to receive this award. I want to thank my parents for their unwavering confidence in me, and I'm endlessly grateful to my wife, Daniela, whose own work is an inspiration to me daily. I would not be here without the good fortune to have worked for and with so many strong and supportive women and men in some excellent companies, both early in my career and at AMG, where I work today. I've had the benefit of too many mentors to name them all, but I'm grateful for the opportunities they gave me and for the generosity of their support. Over the course of my career, women have made so much progress, and yet we are still far from a place where we make up 50% of work teams and leadership roles. One of the priorities that my colleagues and I have is to make some measurable progress on this metric. In doing so, I am focusing on 3 things that made a big difference in my own career. First, prioritizing training and education. Yes, this may seem basic, but I think it is often overlooked or under-prioritized. But I started at GE, where I had the benefit of lots of training, and I know firsthand that building skills builds the confidence to put yourself out there, to speak up, and to try things. Second, being a champion for flexibility. Throughout my career, flexible work arrangements have been a key to helping women balance work and family. Thanks to the pandemic, it's now clear that flexibility in work arrangements can be a game changer for all team members, women and men. Third, and this is the special sauce, creating an environment that allows people to be both comfortable enough to fully engage and motivated to pursue their goals. This may also sound basic and trite, but it sure is not easy. About 10 years into my career, I had the good fortune of finding my way into the financial advisory industry. After being in a buttoned-down corporate environment, it was a revelation to work in such a freewheeling, entrepreneurial, and fun culture. I quickly learned 2 things. First, that it is easy to work hard and therefore do well when you love the work you are doing. And second, you are much more likely to love the work you are doing when you're in an environment that focuses on merit and contribution, and not on things like your title or what school you went to or what gender you are. In my view, people are best able to realize their full potential in this kind of big tent culture where you can be yourself and you feel appreciated and respected. When you know you belong, it clears away obstacles and it frees you to focus on your goals and the purpose of the work you are doing. So maybe these 3 things will be helpful to some of you in your own efforts to support and empower women where you work. Ultimately, my hope is that the people on my team, or your team, both women and men, will look back and feel fortunate to have worked in a place that helped them learn, grow, and succeed. And if we accomplish that, it is truly the highest honor. Thank you.
Courage. It takes courage to risk failure, promote change, and explore your dreams, to live life to the fullest. We celebrate all the courageous women and what they have done for Connecticut.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro. As we look back over the last 18 months, there is little doubt that we must do more to support women in the workforce and women entrepreneurs. This pandemic has shown a bright light on the need for better public policies, things like equal pay for equal work, paid family and medical leave, increased investment in women-owned and women-led businesses. Because to show true empathy for working women, we must do more than recognize their needs and those of their families. We must act.
I am pleased to present our final award. As an occupational therapist and yoga studio owner based in Stamford, I felt stuck and really didn't know how to grow. With the support from WBDC's Equity Match Grant Initiative and my local branch of M&T Bank, Balanced Being Occupational Therapy was created and continues to grow and flourish. And Connecticut Power Yoga actually survived this pandemic. Both businesses have greatly benefited from the programs at WBDC. which were made possible by the generous donations to the organization by M&T Bank. Michael Weinstock and M&T are all about reaching out into the community and working with small business owners like me. From my first visit to M&T Bank, I felt like a person and not just a count number. Our final Impact Award is presented to Michael Weinstock, Market President, Connecticut, M&T Bank, for his achievements as a leader within the banking industry and his authentic commitment to serving a broad spectrum of people, in particular women and underserved members of the community. Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, Amy, for that warm introduction. On behalf of everyone at M&T, thank you for this honor. We share the Women's Business Development Council's commitment to the economic prosperity of women and building strong communities through financial education and entrepreneurship. Your work in this area has been inspirational, and we're proud to be a partner. I want to also thank Lieutenant Governor Susan Bysowitz for her leadership and guidance in our fight to support women-owned businesses during the pandemic, and Fran Pastore for welcoming us into the WBDC during this fight. Everyone at M&T Bank strives to do what's best for the communities where we work and live. Like you, we know that a strong local economy, driven by locally owned and operated small businesses, is the backbone of any community. Whether it's a pandemic, an economic uncertainty, racism or hate, or simply policies and regulations that put unnecessary strain on our local entrepreneurs, public and private partnerships like ours is vital to keeping our community strong and vibrant. M&T strongly believes checkbook activism, simply throwing money at a problem and claiming a commitment to the neighborhood, is not acceptable. Organizations like ours need to show up, roll up our sleeves, and get to work. Something I am extremely proud of is how M&T employees from all levels and departments show up. For many years, we have provided all employees with 40 hours annually to volunteer with community nonprofits of their choice. And there's also a deep understanding at M&T that community isn't simply a place, but also a state of mind. We have over 11 voluntary employee-driven diversity resource groups with over 70 chapters. Almost half of our managers and close to 40% of our employees participate in one or more of these groups. And these groups have a real influence on how M&T develops and delivers products and services. So whether it's helping the local community with challenges like food insecurity, launching the industry's first ever financial literacy and banking app for people with cognitive and intellectual disabilities, or a commitment to diverse lending resulting in our ranking as the country's 5th largest SBA lender, M&T employees do show up. This is why our partnership with the WBDC and this recognition means so much to us. There's still so much work to do, and everyone here at M&T looks forward to a continued and successful partnership with the WBDC as we take on some pretty big challenges together. Again, thank you so much for this honor, and congratulations to my fellow Impact Award honorees.
Congratulations to our honorees, and thank you for your generous commitment to our work. Remember, the raffle closes at 8 p.m. tonight, so be sure to buy your tickets now. You can also continue to text your donations to us for the rest of the day. And we'd still love to see your posts and selfies on social media, so continue to tag @CTWBDC. Thank you all for attending this virtual gala and sharing your time and your resources with WBDC. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you next year when we celebrate our 25th anniversary. And remember, invest in women entrepreneurs.
A final congratulations to all of the 2021 honorees, and thank you for tuning into our webcast. Please share your experience on social media by tagging CTWBDC and using the hashtags #WomenRising2021 and #WBDC Gala. See you next year.